campers. Today on Hell's Kitchen we're cooking meatball marinara 2 times, cooking bacon noodles, all day breakfast.
Chicken curry.
As you should know, how to set up the gas stoves, because
You screw in the stove to the gas, you twist it, you light it, bim bam bosh, you got yourself a working heating machine.
Put salt in the water, it makes it boil quicker.
That's true.
That's a top tip.
That's a top tip. That's a Mason tip.
Mason top tip, and then you can put your food in because the water takes ages to boil.
Yeah, exactly.
So, some good advice. What kind of things to bring? You, Wayfarer. They got these really good oil in the bag. You literally just chuck it in water. See that? Monster. You just chuck it in the bag, and it's cooked in 8 minutes. You've also got this. It's an alternative, similar sort of thing, except the water goes in the bag. Mental, right?
Nice dehydrated meal there.
Dehydrated meal weighs almost nothing.
Alright, Adam,
So-
what sort of place do you want to cook in though?
You want to cook on a flat surface with your boots on, just in case you spill the water.
Nice.
You want to be sheltered from the wind, something we haven't got today because we're on a mountain. And you want to be, most importantly, with good people. Good food, good people, that's all you need. And DofE.
Okay, so today we climbed Snowdon. As you can probably see, weather wasn't great.
Well, on the way up it was alright.
On the way up was alright, yeah.
We went up the Penny Good track, which the pig track for short. Started off pretty well. We got to about the cloud line and it started to rain a little bit.
Yeah. Put the jackets on, put the trousers on.
Yeah.
And then we got up there pretty quickly. It was nice to go to the top. You know, we found some shelter. We sat there and we
ate our lunch. That was the best part.
And then we began our descent, which was probably the worst bit, to be honest. The route that we took was like a really, really steep, stony bit that we had to take it really slow. We were slipping and stuff. It wasn't great, not good. And there was like no visibility as well.
Of course, yeah. We were basically in the clouds. Bear in mind.
Yeah.
So we go down this little stony track. We had to. The map reading was quite easy.
Yeah,
today.
it was simple.
Very, because basically we were above everything. We could see all the tracks we had to follow. So we essentially just went, we're going there. Just went there.
But it was a long way down.
It was a long way down.
It took us, I think, probably like half an hour longer than we thought it would. Probably because we were stopping quite a bit because the rain was pretty bad. But the other half of the group had it much worse because the bad weather, they hit us on the way down.
Speaking of, they've just turned up, by the way.
Oh, they have just arrived. Okay.
Yeah, you won't be able to see them.
them.
So we actually were about halfway down. We were in the valley about maybe 40 minutes that way when the rain started. So we weren't too bad.
They were right up at the top, and then the weather hit, and yeah, they had to take it really slow down, which is why they were.
So they've literally just arrived
late to camp.
Yeah, they're about 3 hours after us. So what did we do when we got here? We should probably go through that.
Put up our tent, we cooked some food because it was wet, so we wanted to get into the tent.
I think it's worth mentioning, we put up our tents in the wrong field because there's actually a big sign that says
we missed that sign.
Duke of Edinburgh
Not this field, but that
That
field.
field?
To move all our tents.
That field there, we're
Yeah,
meant to
that
be
one.
there. So we put it in that one instead.
Yep. And that's
We basically cooked our food, moved over, we're done now.
yeah. That's pretty much been our day.
If you're doing your DofE, make sure you pack your waterproofs.
Make sure they actually are waterproof.
Yeah.
A lot of the companies lie.
Exactly.
Get your mum to spray a hose at you.
That's, yes.
Works.
Fun for both of you.
Hi guys, today we're removing a slug from our bag. First, move your bag upside down. Get the slug off nicely. Then throw him somewhere where he can live nicely.
Hey, today we're doing what's in my wash bag for DofE. And so I've got a couple of essentials in here and some other things that aren't quite necessary. So first off, we've got deodorant. I've brought a roll-on. DofE Men Plus Care, really good one. Definitely recommend for your DofE because you're going to get quite smelly doing all your walking and your trekking and your eating and your sleeping. So that's first on the list. Second off, we've got Dettol 2-in-1 wipes, antibacterial of course, so you know, get rid of them germs. Really good option. Good for when you're cooking, good for when you're eating, and any cuts and wounds, you know, they'll sort you right out. I've got other things that aren't quite essential, like hay fever tablets. Another essential though is toothbrush and toothpaste, because you want to be getting those pearly whites clean, especially while you're on your DofE. So I've brought Colgate and a nice Wisdom toothbrush there. Next off, because we're doing it in the hot heat of Snowdonia, I've got a Factor 50 roll-on style. This should completely cover you, stop you from being sunburnt, unless you're Tom Gallagher. But yeah, solid option there. Stay safe. Next, we have got the Compeed blister pack. Now in here we've got 3 fruity different types of plaster. One for the heel, one for the toe, and one for the outside of the toe, right there. I personally use the heel one. I think it's really good. Stops that blister right in its tracks. And yeah, no, I've only got good things to say about Compeed, you know, solid brand out there. Best on the market, I'd say. Next, this is one of my just like, it says it's a daily essential, but it isn't really. I kind of just like to take a moisturiser around. It's got an SPF 15, this is Nivea Moisture Boost. Really solid option. I'm a big fan of this one. But it just keeps you hydrated all throughout the day. And yeah, you can't go wrong with a bit of Nivea. Next, we've got ibuprofen. I choose this over paracetamol just because it suits me a bit better. But this is kind of an essential, just in case you get hurt, or we've had people who've had like could have had an inflammation or a swell up, and so that's why I've got this. So I keep this in my wash bag, but it's not too related. But it's a lighter, because when you're cooking or you're burning your toilet paper, you're going to need a lighter to properly sort you out. This is just a generic one. You can get any lighter, I think they're really cheap, but definitely an essential for your DofE. Okay, these are my spare batteries for my head torch. Never had to use them really, but just in case I do, they're there. Okay, yeah, you don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, this is my last one. I've got Vaseline for my lips. Because you don't want to be getting chapped lips in Snowdon. Because it's just gonna ruin your day, to be honest. Like, I'll have some of it now. But so what you want to do is just apply this once or twice a day. When it, like, if I got wind chill last time in the Brecon Beacons, and it annoyed me a little bit, I can't lie. Yeah, I got chapped lips, and it was just a bit irritating and annoying. So this time I made sure I brought plenty of skincare products and my Vaseline. That's all I've got in my wash bag. But thank you very much for watching, and we're out.
Yo, it's MTV Cribs, and we're here today with Martin Dunlop on his Duke of Edinburgh Gold.
Yo, and welcome guys. Today we're in the Jekyll 3.
Woo!
So, this is the porch. Here is where you keep your bags. As you can see at the moment we got our stoves, because we've just been cooking, and there's no point in packing those away, because people will use them in the morning. Another thing you want to keep in the porch is your boots. You don't want to have them inside the tent, but you want to keep them nice and safe. So like keep them in the middle of your porch. Keep them away from any like potential puddles. Another thing is bags. You'll definitely have room for enough bags in your porch. This is a 3-man tent, so we've got a little bit more space than usual. But we know from past experiences this comfortably sits 3 bags. As we move into the tent, you've got your net. Your net's going to protect you from any bugs outside, and especially if it's warm, you don't want to get too stuffy in here, so closing it fully wouldn't be a good idea on a hot day. And a quick pro tip is that if you've got your net up, put the extra stuff into that right corner, because there's a nice little pouch, especially in this Jekyll 3. Next, we're going to move on to just how much space there actually is in here. So this is a Jekyll 3, so it's a 3-man tent. Currently we've got 2 people in it, which is a bit of a pain to carry around, because it's a bit of extra weight. However, it does mean more space for us. We know from past experiences that this comfortably sits 3 people in it. So 1 person in the middle and then 2 on the sides. That means the person in the middle is going to be the warmest and has got the most headroom up top. You usually want your tallest person in the middle because they got the most headroom and the most length is spent in this tent. The only thing is, it is the warmest spot. So if you are camping out in the summer, the middle is going to be really warm compared to all the other left and right. Moving on to mattresses and what you're actually going to be sleeping on and in. So here we got your classic mat, and you just put it on the ground. It'll isolate you from the ground sheet to make sure you're not too cold. However, it doesn't really provide that comfort, so you should really upgrade yourself to one of these bad boys. You want one of these air mattresses. Get some really good ones off Amazon, and they'll provide extra comfort, especially on rough terrain like today, where you might be wild camping, especially for your DofE Gold. Next, your sleeping bags. This one is the Summit 300 from Mountain Warehouse. It's a 3-season sleeping bag, and that's what you're going to need in conditions like these. If it gets really cold, it will keep you warm. But that's one tip about sleeping bags. They won't necessarily warm you up that quickly. You need to make sure that you get into your sleeping bag warm, especially on cold days. If it's on a day like today where it's nice and warm and stuffy, especially in the tent, you can kind of get away with it. Another tip when it comes to your sleeping bag is make sure it's synthetic. Because if it starts to rain and you've got a down sleeping bag, that's bad for you, because what will happen is all your feathers will clump together and it'll stop keeping you warm. So make sure you buy a synthetic bag.
Yes!
When it comes to pillows, I highly recommend you just stuff your sleeping bag case with some clothes, because that's gonna give you the support you need really. You can chop and change it, you can take clothes in and out to make sure it's the right height for you. Moving on to lighting in this tent, we have a torch placed up, a little red torch. The hook, there's a hook in this Jekyll 3, so you can hook stuff from the top. We hook our lights just to make sure they're easily accessible, especially at night. If something happens and you need to get out or you need a toilet or whatever, just grab a light from the hook and just make your way out of the tent. Another pro tip is always make sure you've got some sort of lighting in your tent and a water bottle, because especially on hot days it's going to get warm, and if you suddenly need the toilet at night, you're going to need a light. This has been MTV DofE Cribs.